So Anita Among in Parliament is trying to ensure that Museveni's attempt to erase, to abolish the Uganda Coffee Development Authority goes through. And she singled out Uganda, saying, make sure they do not have the votes, because she thinks the Uganda are the biggest beneficiaries of coffee.
Yeah.
But she forgets that the Bugishu in Mbale, they grow coffee. And all of Uganda, people can grow coffee. And coffee is a big honor. And it used to be the biggest coffee export, Uganda's export. And recently, a lot of Ugandans have been growing coffee and they've been benefiting. And now Museveni is trying to abolish the Uganda Coffee Development Authority, which has been helping farmers to start growing coffee again. Remember, Museveni abolished the cooperative societies. The coffee cooperative societies did a great job of educating farmers, giving them extension services, and that's how many farmers in Uganda, especially in Masaka region and other places, prospered. But Museveni abolished those institutions, the cooperative societies, and people became very poor. Abolished cooperative societies that also helped people growing bananas and fighting pests that invaded crops. And what happened? Banana crops in Uganda collapsed, coffee crops in Uganda collapsed because the pests decimated them. But then what Museveni did was to start growing bananas in Mbarara and Ankole, and those places prospered. So now, as Tony said, Museveni is trying to make sure that all the coffee is controlled by the Uganda's Ministry of Agriculture. And what does that mean? It means that the Minister of Agriculture is going to basically confiscate or give nothing, almost nothing to the farmers that grow coffee. And then sell the coffee at a maximum profit. I don't know if anyone saw today, there was an article, there was a video of Museveni establishing a coffee processing factory in Ntungamo. Museveni comes from Ntungamo. Museveni has established a huge factory to process coffee in Ntungamo. And that coffee is going to be exported to what? To Europe. And they even showed the packaging of the coffee. So what does that mean? That means that the Minister of Agriculture is going to take our coffee and take it to Museveni's factory in Ntungamo, and then they're going to sell that coffee at maximum profit. They're adding value to the coffee in Ntungamo. But why don't they establish a factory in areas that grow coffee, in Mbale, in Uganda, in Masaka? Why take it in Ntungamo, the places that do not grow coffee? So what Museveni is doing what the colonialists did to us, exploit us. You know, they take our produce at next to no value, and then they add value to it, and then sell it like 10 or 50 times higher than the value they give to us. So that's what Museveni is trying to do by getting the coffee under the Ministry of Agriculture. Is going to ensure that our farmers, the farmers that grow coffee, get nothing, and then Museveni is going to take it to the factory in Ntungamo and add value to it and get the maximum profits and money out of it. So basically exploitation, and this is what Museveni is doing. He's going to make sure that we are poor, people that grow coffee in Mbale, in Uganda, and other areas are poor, but people that do not grow coffee in Ntungamo and Western Uganda are getting the maximum benefit. So we're saying Museveni should not abolish the Uganda Coffee Development Authority, which has been enabling farmers to get value for their coffee. The Minister of Agriculture, like everything under the Uganda government, is not going to give farmers the proper value for their coffee. So we say no to Betty Among's bill, and we urge all members of Parliament to stand firm, and Ugandans in coffee growing areas in Uganda, and Mbale, and everywhere, to say no to this coffee. Mobilize their people and say to Parliament, we refuse this bill, and fight back against Among, fight back against Museveni, and ask Mayiga and the Uganda government to stand and speak out against this injustice. Uganda should not be quiet and you should not be timid. They should be speaking out and saying, enough is enough. We should stand up for our rights. They're kicking us off our land. Now they're taking our coffee. So we are saying enough is enough. And monetary is of no use. Monetary is of no use when you go to the coffee, you're not going to get the proper value for it. So Maiga, stand up strongly and say, we, Uganda, refuse to accept this injustice against the coffee. Thank you so much. And Anita Moore, stay off.